Guys, this is Asif from Anza Tutorial. Today we shall study about basics of chemistry. Guys, you know about matter very well from the previous classes. However, let us refresh this definition. Guys, anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter. You know it very well. Guys, there is one very interesting activity for you to do. Imagine that you are flying high in the sky with two specks. One, just let us say physical, and another one chemical specs. When you wear physical specs, that is chashma or ainak in Hindi, then you see the whole matter in three forms, that is solid, liquids and gases. This also you know. Guys, this is known as physical classification of matter. Okay guys, about this we have already studied in class 9th. Here we shall not discuss about this. Now, when you changed over to chemical specs, then again the whole matter is visible again in three forms, that is elements, compounds and mixtures. So we shall go bit deep into the chemical classification of the matter. So first thing is elements. This also you know, but you know this, it's a chapter, the topic name itself is basic, back to basics of chemistry. So let us refresh this all. So an element, guys, is a pure substance. The very basic substance, the basic form of substance, which cannot be split further into simpler substances by any chemical or physical processes. Neither physical nor chemical processes. Physical processes means, guys, either breaking by hammer or cutting with a knife, etc. And chemical processes means chemical reactions. Even chemical reactions cannot change an element. That is the basic form of matter. Next thing, guys, there are about 118 elements known at present. This is approximate number of elements because the elements are still being discovered and being prepared in laboratory by bombarding the nuclei of heavy elements. That is not, of course, in your syllabus, but just for knowledge sake I am telling you. So 118 elements are in total. Out of them 92 are naturally occurring and rest 26 are man-made. Now these elements are further classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. This we shall discuss further in details when we study the chapter metals and non-metals. So here metals, non-metals and metalloids, you remember this. The next classification of matter is compound. Guys, very important thing here to note is that compounds are also pure substances, pure. Though they are made up of two or more than two elements, but still they are considered as pure substances. Why? Because, for example, if you take one molecule of water from your tap, from your bathroom, and take one more molecule from your neighbor, then one molecule from your relatives' houses, then from your city, from country, then from continent, take a molecule of water from anywhere from the planet Earth. So one molecule will always consist two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. It means that water have same particles throughout its composition. That's why they are also known as pure substances. So its definition is a compound is a pure substance made up of two or more elements chemically combined. Chemically, chemically combined is more important, and this fixed proportion is most important to know in this definition. There are millions of compounds, guys. One is water, another is CO2 here. Okay, just for example. Then there is further, these compounds are also classified or divided into three classes: acids, bases, and salts. This also we shall study in the separate chapter in details. Then third classification of matter is mixtures. Mixtures are the substances, guys, which do not need any fixed proportion. They are also made up of two or more pure substances. Mixtures are not pure. You should remember this. Only elements and compounds are pure substances. Mixtures are not pure. But they are made up of two or more pure substances mixed together in any proportion. That's why they are mixture. Such that they do not undergo any chemical change. There is nothing, no chemical reaction takes place. Examples are many: air, seawater, petroleum, that is crude oil, solution of sugar in water, that's cement, soaps, detergents, alloys, pesticides, medicines, fertilizers, and many more. Few of them you must remember. Now comes guys, atom. Guys, when you break a substance into into smaller particles, you will get smallest particle, that is known as molecule. But that molecule is made up of atoms. So we shall study first about atom, then we will come to molecules, because we have to go further from molecules only to make the molecules by showing the electron dot structures. So an atom is the smallest particle of a substance which takes part, this is very important, which takes part in chemical reactions. And this is second important part, may or may not exist independently or freely. It cannot remain in environment simply alone. It needs some company, that we shall see when we study about molecule. So here this next question also will explain this. How do the atoms exist? How do they live? So atoms of most of the elements are very reactive. They are very reactive and do not exist independently. You know, like a rowdy person, rowdy people, they are very reactive. They pick up the quarrels from anybody. So they are not left alone simply because of safety of other persons or safety of themselves also. So likewise, some atoms are very reactive. Guys, these atoms are further composed of three more particles which are known as electrons, you know it, protons and neutrons. Out of all the elements, the atom of hydrogen does not have neutron. You should know it. It is without neutron, the normal hydrogen atom. Guys, how are these electrons arranged within the atom? This idea was given by Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr gave the idea as to how these electrons are arranged in their shells. Guys, you know, in an atom, the electrons move in circles which are known as shells. The innermost shell is known as K shell, then followed by L shell, then M shell, then N shell. And this nucleus has positively charged particle protons and neutral particles neutron. Okay guys, so next thing comes electronic configuration. Guys, the arrangement of electrons. The arrangement of electrons in various shells of an atom of the element is known as electronic configuration. That is arrangement of electrons in the shells. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. So how will it be configured? It is like 2, 6. It means in inner shell there will exist only 2 electrons, then followed by the next shell with 6 electrons. This is about the magnesium element, atom of magnesium element, which has atomic number 12. So it can be configured as 2, 8, 2. It means 2 plus 8 plus 2 will become 12. So in first shell 2 electrons, second shell 8 electrons, then leftover electrons in third shell. Guys, in this table the electronic configuration of few elements has been given. That is K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell. So you can see in the first shell, that is K shell, only 2 electrons are there. Then next maximum 8, here 5, 6, 8. Then leftover here, again here, then not more than 8 are put in any shell. Okay guys, so you should break down. This is the atomic number given here, 11, 12, 13, 19, 20, like that. You can break it first 2, then plus 8 plus 1, for example 11. Next thing comes guys, molecules. A molecule is the smallest particle of substance which can exist freely. It means it can move, it can live, it can exist freely in the environment. And it retains all physical and chemical properties of that substance of which it is made up of. Then guys, how are these molecules formed? There are two things, guys. The next thing, guys, how are molecules formed? When atoms of the same element or different elements combine, they form a molecule. It means the molecules are of two types. One, which are made up of atoms of the same element, and the other one are made up of atoms of different elements. So the difference between these two types of molecule is clear from the definition itself. So the example of first type of molecule that is made up of same type of atoms is hydrogen atom, hydrogen molecule. A molecule of hydrogen consists of two hydrogen atoms combined together. And the example of other type of molecule which is made up of two or more different types of atoms is HCl. Here the number of atoms, number of elements are just two, hydrogen and chlorine. Now guys, we will learn the formation of a molecule. How does a molecule form? Before that, we should know what are inert gases. or rare gases or noble gases. These are the three names of same type of gases. Most appropriately they are known as, or most commonly they are known as noble gases. Guys, scientists discovered the reason why these gases do not react. They do not react. The noble gases do not react with other elements. So scientists found out the reason why don't they react with other elements. They are, first of all, you should know the location of these gases. They are in the group 18 of modern periodic table, and they are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. So guys, these gases, except helium, they all have 8 electrons in their outer shell or valence shell, and thus are very stable. This was the reason scientists found out, except these gases, other elements have less than 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Guys, helium is the exception here. Helium is stable in spite of having 2 electrons in its outermost shell, and that is the only shell. So why this is so? Because no shell is left blank and no electron also is left. So it is stable. You know what are the valence electrons, guys? The electrons present in the outermost shell are known as valence shell. Sometimes the electrons from penultimate shell also take part in the chemical reaction. So what is penultimate shell? It is last but one shell. It means the second shell from outermost shell. Then guys, the very important term valency you must be knowing. Here let us refresh that. It is the combining capacity of an atom to form molecules, either with the atoms of the same element or different elements. Guys, everything in this world wants to be stable. You also want to be stable by becoming an officer. You have dreams. So everybody or everything in this world wants to be stable. In this case, that is in case of atoms, stability means having the electronic configuration of a nearest noble gas. Nearest noble gas means nearest neighbor who is already stable. Everybody wants to become like his stable neighbor. So here in this case of atoms, it is nearest noble gas, that you will come to know later on. Guys, the duplet or octet structure of valence shell makes an element inactive. It means if an element has duplet or octet structure, it will not react. It will become inactive. Then we must know what is duplet. Duplet means having 2 electrons in the outermost shell, and it is the case when there exists one and only one shell. It means there is no other shell to be filled and there is no electron left. So that is why they are stable and they are known as duplet. Only the helium gas has this type of arrangement. You must remember this. Then rest other noble gases, they have 8 electrons in the outermost shells, and it is known as octet arrangement of electrons. See here, I already told you this helium is the only element which has less than 8 electrons in the valence shell and is still stable. Why? Because once again, this is because the atom of the helium have only one shell and that shell is filled. So it is stable. Guys, to become stable, an atom either donates or gains electrons. When an atom loses electrons, it becomes positively charged and known as positive ion or cation. This is because after losing electrons, it loses the negative charge carried by the electrons. So number of protons becomes more than the number of electrons. So it acquires positive charge as protons carry positive charge. Similarly, when an atom accepts electrons, it becomes negatively charged ion or anion for the same reason. Because after accepting the electrons, it acquires negative charges and the number of electrons becomes more than the number of protons. Guys, here one example is given of sodium ion, how it is formed. See here, this after losing one electron, it acquires one positive charge. This is one unit positive charge. If you want, you can pause this video and note down this and read this. See here, this is sodium atom. It has one electron here. It is one electron in its outer shell, which it loses when combined with a non-metal. Guys, you know what is the difference between chlorine and chloride? I must tell you this. A metal can react only with a non-metal and not with another metal. This is because they all are electropositive. They can only lose the electrons. They are king. They only know giving. They only give the electrons and they become positive ion. And the names of these ions, metallic ions, remains the same as the name of its metal. It means a sodium on losing electrons will be called as sodium ion only. But it is not so in the case of non-metals. When a non-metal receives, because non-metals always receives or share the electrons, that will come later. When a non-metal becomes an ion, its name changes. For example, chlorine becomes chloride, oxygen becomes oxide, sulfur becomes sulfide, and so on. Here, this chlorine atom, it has 7 electrons in the outermost shell, 7 electrons. So it needs octet and it needs one more electron. So it accepts this one electron and becomes chloride ion. Now, there are no more atoms, minded guys. This sodium and this chlorine, they are no more atoms. Now they are ions. Positively charged cation and negatively charged anions. Guys, now when this, the opposite charged particles attract each other. So the sodium has positive charge and chloride has negative charge. So they attract each other. And when they are oppositely charged, they attract each other and become sodium chloride, as you see here. Guys, this process can also be shown as below, and it is known as electron dot structure. So you have to make the atoms, you have to represent the atoms and their electrons by different symbols for making molecules this way. And one more thing, this sodium chloride is written as NaCl and not as Na positive Cl negative. Guys, another example is for magnesium chloride. The atomic number of magnesium is 12 and that of chlorine is 17. So the electronic configuration, if we write, it will be 282, 2,8,2 and 287. So guys, this magnesium has 2 electrons to donate. So guys, you can see magnesium atom has 2 electrons in its shell, outer shell, to donate, whereas chlorine atom has 7 electrons. So chlorine can have only 1 electron from magnesium, but this will not make the things go right way. So what magnesium is asking chlorine atom to bring one more chlorine atom, one more, so that it can give one electron each to both of them. So here this is the first chlorine atom and this is the second chlorine atom. So this magnesium atom will lose these two electrons and this chlorine atom will accept one atom from this magnesium, but guys, you can see it has 2 electrons, whereas this has to take only 1. Since magnesium has donated 2 electrons, so it has acquired 2 positive charge. And the chlorine atoms has acquired 1 negative charge each. Since there are 2 chlorine atoms, so we have written here 2. And this gives rise to Mg2 positive and 2 chlorine negative, or simply MgCl2. This is the method of writing. And this is the electron dot structure of magnesium chloride. One magnesium atom is combining with 2 chlorine atoms, giving rise to magnesium chloride. So you have to see how it is made and do practice for this. Formation of sodium oxide is bit reverse, because here the oxygen, which needs 2 more electrons, it needs 2 more electrons to be octet, to have octet, and here sodium has only 1, so it cannot suffice, it cannot make oxygen atom stable. So how are they doing? How are they making a molecule? See here, oxygen has taken one, see here, oxygen has taken one atom each from these 2 sodium atoms, and they have become Na2O, and it has become Na2O. The electron dot structure goes like this. You can see formation of calcium oxide and understand yourself. Guys, formation of magnesium oxide, again another example, and these are the things for your practice. You can pause the video and note them down. So guys, finally, please subscribe my channel if you are new. Otherwise, like and share the video and hit the bell icon if you really understood some of its contents. Thanks guys.